says he wants house arrest, but he committed crimes within his house.
Facts. Absolutely not.
Mm, that's a damn good point.
Tried to kill me one night in New York City. He's a monster. Watch yourself. Get on the sidewalk, please. Is that everybody?
Hmm.
Speak in the microphones, please. The
Can
microphones.
you speak in the microphone?
Yeah, the microphones are over here.
Come on, front, please.
That's fine. Microphones, guys.
All right, come to the microphone. All right, so we can all hear. Why speak individually?
Direct them to the microphones, please.
Really quick for those who are coming over from Young Riaz's stream, thank you for stopping by. Make sure that y'all please adhere to the terms and services and the guidelines of the YouTube platform. Make sure we be respectful. There is openness for back and forth conversation. We don't mind opposing opinions. Just make sure we be respectful in the chat.
Anthony, you could just repeat what you said over there in terms of
Yes.
I could never remember what I said.
Then that means what you said was a lie.
Sometimes the more you push a person down, the stronger they get.
And to all those coming over from Riaz's channel, make sure y'all drop a like. We greatly appreciate it. Share it out. And if you haven't subscribed to Say Like Podcast, make sure you do so. We welcome everybody. Thank you.
So he's making an adjustment. He had his family here today.
Okay, thanks everyone for coming as well. Please make sure to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. I hope you enjoy. And also, if you enjoy the content here, please also make sure to join Cellulite side as well, if possible. Thank you.
Much appreciated, Riaz.
You're welcome.
The stronger they get. So he's making an adjustment. He had his family here today this morning. We really want to put an end to all of the clowning that we see on the internet. It's a serious proceeding, a serious consequences, and all of us are addressing it accordingly.
Anthony, is it a racist proceeding, as Marcus said?
Nobody's okay with staying in jail for nothing. Okay,
Anthony,
thank
is
you
this
very
a
much.
racist
That's it for
proceeding,
today.
as Marcus said? Do you continue to believe that?
You know, one thing they always lean into when it comes down to this whole entire debacle, especially with this case and with others. The first, I heard some of the questions that they asked, and one of the questions that they kept on asking was, "Is this a racist proceeding?" What do y'all think about that?
I think I'm tired of people putting race into this. This is about SA. This is about very heinous crimes. This is about ST. This is about, you know what I'm saying, very disgusting things. Like, we're going to stop as a people being like, oh, this is just about race. Because if this was somebody that was of a different nationality or from a different tribe, it would be, throw them underneath the jail. Don't ever let them come out. I don't care, all skin folk and kin folk, and you is not you not gonna be able to just run it up because you have the same complexion as me. Hell no.
I agree with that. Yeah, that makes sense though.
Well, I think they're trying to make it about race because they're trying to paint Diddy in as the most innocent light that they can. But it's kind of hard to do that, right? The thing is, with everything that's brought up against him, also the link is in the chat if anybody want to come over and subscribe to Say Like Podcast. With everything that was brought up, and I will keep the live feed up for when anybody comes out and try to make an addressment to the public about concerning that case. But with everything that they brought up in the indictment, it's more than enough evidence here to, allegatory evidence here to really put Diddy in jail forever. Now, they saying that now when the first gentleman came out, he said that they holding him without reason. Well, the thing is, and that means that anyone who gets charged with everything with anything, that means that we can't hold them in jail just because it's just an allegation. Well, they have evidence. And he's saying that, oh, well, he doesn't have a bond. Okay, so because because he's not convicted of these things, and also because he doesn't have a bond, he shouldn't be in jail. Something doesn't make sense about that. I understand that this may be a defense of his as to why it is that he's being held in jail without bond, but still, with everything that's pinned against him, he should still be held until at least they come up with something. But the judge, baby, just like you said, the judge said, "Ain't no bond." Nah, it's solely up to the judge. And I see now more people. Hold on one second. Yeah, they definitely about to get ready to say something because I see more people coming out with, and I wonder if that's evidence or is that just legal documentations? Is that I wonder what all of that is. But yeah, that's solely up to the judge if they want to assign bail to him or not. What y'all got?
Hmm, I agree with you on that, and also the race thing is, but it's not really about that. Though some people make it like that, because that's just how they feel. Because it's more like a human thing. If it was any other race, it would still be the same crime, still the same thing. It's a human type thing.
Yeah, they did what was not Epstein? What was the other guy's name? The movie producer guy that they
Was it
arrested?
Jeffrey Dahmer?
Weinstein.
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 Harvey.
They held Weinstein in jail for quite some time, and he didn't have bail immediately.
Right,
But the
right.
that was
Wait,
against
there was this DJ in the UK. His name is Tim Westwood, right? And he was gonna be investigated for all the allegations against him, type thing, crime allegations that led to him from '92 to 2017, right? He was like, the Westwood is like very legendary in the hip hop scene, both in the UK and then American artists came on his radio shows, but he's a radio DJ, right? And with him, he did a lot of things people didn't know of. And he fled the country because, first he resigned from the show and they're going to investigate him. Once they started investigating him because the Metropolitan Police said to investigate him, right? Later, Westwood fled the country to Nigeria. So that proves he's guilty. Because before I was really hesitant, but eventually when he fled the country, I instantly changed. Because when you flee the country, that proves you're guilty.
Well, here's the thing, right? I'm going to share this real quick, babe. Let me know if something happens and we need to go back over. So let's talk about no bond. What exactly does that mean? Because a lot of people, they get caught up and like this paralegal, why they have a paralegal talking instead of his attorney is beyond me. But if you've seen the episodes of Law and Order, you probably already know the intensity of anticipation surrounding bail. Remember one of those episodes when the defendant stands before the jury awaiting judgment when the judge utters no bond. Well, the term for no bond has profound implications in the law and criminal justice system. While many people hear the phrase in courtrooms, news reports, and legal documents, they don't know what it signifies, exactly what it signifies. Searching for a bail bonding company to help you post bail? Before you start, here's everything you need to know about no bond. When someone is arrested and brought before a judge for their hearing, the judge decides whether to grant bail. As we already know, bail is a financial guarantee that the defendant will appear in court. But the judge has the right to deny bail. When a judge announces no bond, the defendant isn't eligible for release from county jail through bail as the judge has not set a bail amount. Instead, the arrested person has to remain in custody until the case concludes or a judge potentially sets bail at a later hearing. Here's the reasons why a judge will not give you bail. The seriousness of the offenses. If you have committed an offense that didn't cause harm to human life or property, or something as small as a misdemeanor, the seriousness of the offense won't affect your bail hearing. However, if you're charged with a crime such as, T or deletion, spicy dicey offenses, fire, or something more severe, the judge might think that you're a threat to the community and deny bail for your case. Flight risk. This factor can influence a judge's decision regarding bail. If you have a previous history of being a no-show, or if you're considered a flight risk who can abscond the courtroom hearings, you may be on no bond to ensure compliance with the laws. Also, contempt of court. If you don't behave appropriately during courtroom proceedings, disrespect the criminal justice system, or have pending probations or parole violations, the judge can also put you on a no bond list. And I think we all can agree that Diddy has been very disrespectful to the court.
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely he has. Go ahead, Omni. My bad.
absolutely. Oh no. It's just the, you know what I'm saying. Robbie hit the nail on the head. Like, these are serious offenses. The nature of the offenses is that he did harm through his businesses, not just to one or two individuals, but we're talking hundreds. Possibly the number could get to at least like at most I could probably say 1,000, maybe 1,500, depending on how many people were at the parties. Because we're not just talking about celebrities, we're also talking about individuals that were hired as sex workers to perform sex acts to the a point of physical exertion where they needed saline.
IV
They
intervene
need,
intravenous saline. Yeah. Well,
yeah,
you also have to include the people, the organizers. I'm pretty sure there was food there, so there was chef. I'm pretty sure that there was sommeliers there, because there was alcohol. Pretty sure there was a lot of things going on. Then there was music, there was DJs, people who were performing but not involved with the party. I'm talking about just on the stage, like doing music or something like that. Everybody involved had a little bit something that they either was witness to or was paid to directly influence this behavior that happened at these parties. I think in the indictment, that's what we was looking at. I'm gonna get back to that in a second. I'm just making sure I keep an eye on this live the feed. The thing is, everybody that was involved in this whole entire debacle, it caused a problem. And when the feds swooped down, they said, no, this needs to come to a stop. And be it that it may that it would be fair to give him bail because of the charges that he's facing, it's solely up to the judge. Baby, then and that thing that you just read about that about bail, when it being solely up to the judge, if the judge feel like you disrespected the court, then hell yeah, they can just be like, no, you ain't get no bail. I've seen cases where a person may have an outburst in court, or they might have video evidence, like a person say, oh well, fuck that judge, it's the hell with the court, I don't believe in the court, and the judge is like, oh, that's how you feel, cool, no bond. It's solely up to them.
Yeah, that makes sense though. You know, it's also strange as well that he literally fired his previous lawyer as well, and he got someone else now to pretty much do whatever he feels is best for him.
Yeah.
He had to get rid of his previous lawyer.
Well, getting rid of your previous lawyers probably because they wasn't feel like they probably felt like they wasn't getting enough representation or fair representation. So that's one reason they get rid of a lawyer. But if you bring in someone, now of course because of that transition from lawyer to lawyer, they have to have deliberation where they go over the facts that have been found within the case. This is why discovery is so important. Really quick. Let me get back to this, and also those in the chat, appreciate y'all. I have a question for all of those in the chat. Do you believe that Diddy should be held without bond, and do you also believe that everything that the feds is bringing against him, do you believe that is to be true? While I get to that, let me go ahead and start reading some more of this. It says, all right, there we go. Members and associates of the Calm Enterprises, including high-ranking supervisors, security staff, household staff, personal assistants, and other Combs business employees, facilitated the freak-offs by, among other things, booking hotel rooms for the freak-offs, stocking the hotel rooms in advance with the required freak-off supplies. Freak-off supplies is crazy work, including controlled substances, baby oil, lubricant, extra linens, and lighting, cleaning the hotel rooms after the freak-offs to try to mitigate room damage, arranging for travel for victims, commercial sex workers, and the Combs to and from freak-offs, resupplying Combs with requested supplies, Jesus Christ, delivering large sums of cash to Combs to pay for the commercial sex workers, and scheduling the delivery of IV fluids, Jesus. In or about March 2024, during searches of Combs' residence in Miami, Florida, and Los Angeles, California, law enforcement seized various freak-off supplies. These freak-off supplies, man, listen.
yeah. It sounded like they went to Party City for the shit.
Listen. Freako supplies is serious. Anybody that gets your freak on, you know what to look here for. You need some things. You need some things. But to have supplies for a whole big party, like that's crazy. That's crazy work. Like the the transdermal application of the special K, I think that's what roofie is, like a special K, in the baby oil
Whoa,
was
whoa, whoa, whoa,
really
whoa, whoa, hold.
Ooh, here we go.
CSI, you're a victim.
Sorry to cut you off, baby, look, but I want to hear what this guy's saying.
Thanks for all for waiting. I'm really not going to make much of a statement. As you know, I made a request for the judge to issue what we call the gag order, and the judge is going to issue it on a reciprocal basis. So I'm not going to say anything that I didn't say in my papers and in court. We submitted a written motion last night. That states our position. I'm not going to say anything in addition to it, but I didn't want to leave all you guys hanging.
It baffles me because they act like they didn't do it.
Trinidad, hold on,
participate-
Trinidad, hold on.
I thought I was on mute. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I was going to say. So that's all I'm going to say and not say. Thank you all. I hope that gives you what you need, but I'm not going to say anything that I haven't said in court and that I haven't said in my court papers. So you all have a nice day, and thank you very much.
How is he doing? How is he doing?
I
saw your bullshit motion. It's full of social media. It's bullshit. Gazy. I saw your whole motion. You put it together with ChatGPT. Your client is a monster and a predator. We're going to keep our foot on his neck. He's never getting out of prison. Tell him Gilmore said that. Lisa, give this
I don't know who the fuck Gilmore is.
I don't know who Gilmore is, but Gilmore said that he saw the whole goddamn motion that it was put together by Chat GPT. Now, why is people using Chat GPT to write books and sell them and then write motions and what the hell is going on? But what y'all think of that statement that he just made?
Look, Gilmore said, "You about to get it in blood, fam. Get it in blood." Hey, Smitty.
Hey, Smitty, what's going on?
sick
Sin
part
7
about
said
it-
Gilmore
the sick-
is standing on business. Go ahead, Trinidad.
The sick part about it is them white folks, them rich white folks, they just laughing like, look at that nigga. We got him. That's the sick part about it. Now, I don't know what's going on, parties, XYZ. Like, we party. We adults and we average. We average adults. So we party. So I don't. Well, what they accusing him of, that's a different story. We don't do that. But they laughing back. They sitting back and laughing at us, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I see what's going on, but I don't like it. And Diddy was wrong. Puff Daddy was wrong. He was wrong. Whatever they accusing him of, he's wrong. And then he put his sons in it.
This the thing, right? This is the problem. Because a lot of people are simply racist. A lot of people are racist.
Right.
A lot of people always say, well, these crimes don't happen in the African American community. These crimes don't happen in the Asian community. These crimes don't happen here, there, and everywhere. And the reality is, a lot of people that are minorities have these stories where they've been.
I'm sorry, I meant to say hi to you. How you doing? Hey, you know I love you. Hey, Miss Roby. Oh, that's my girl.
Hey, yes.
Hey, that's my girl. Hey, I'm sorry.
That's okay, Javette. But in these minority communities, a lot of people have these stories, inappropriate touching. So at the end of the day, for people to think that this doesn't happen on a large scale with different races is because people usually don't have this much money. P. Diddy did it.
Exactly.
He did it.
Exactly.
So, stop it and be nice.
Apex said, when did Diddy become a representation of black people? I think him as a person is not a good representation of black people, though his success within industry, within multiple. Hold on, Trinidad, let me finish. So what Diddy's
with you.
Diddy's success in multiple industries could be a great representation, minus all of the negative representation. Now, what he did in his personal time, i.e., these freak offs, the IVs that him and his mama got. Yes, I seen the video saying the IVs that him and his mama got, the IVs that the participants got, all of this, that, and the other stuff, the sex trafficking, the scandals, everything brought into that. That's not a good representation. But I'll ask y'all on the panel: do you think that Diddy is a good representation of black people?
It doesn't matter if he's a good representation or not. He's a person of color. He's a minority with an extreme amount of wealth. So whether or not you
My
guys
turn.
personally, hold on a second, Trinidad, let me finish and then you can have your turn. But whether you guys personally feel that he's a good representation or not, he is the representation in those rooms. See, we constantly have these conversations on social media platforms about high value men and 6-figure earners. So when we're really
Amen.
talking about
She did
that, yeah, when we're talking about that minute portion
Mm-hmm.
of society, minorities are a fraction of that 1%, and Sean Combs happens to be one of them.
Right, right. And can I piggyback? Is it my turn, please?
Go ahead, go
My
ahead.
turn. Okay, so he was a representation because when he graduated from Howard, like that was like the ultimate. That was like, oh, that's the black guy came from the Bronx. I think it was the Bronx. Well, whatever. But
Nah,
he came
Harlem.
out of
He's Harlem.
Oh, Harlem. Okay. He came out of Harlem, and you look at him like, oh, that's what's up. Like he had his mind. He was a businessman, and all this crumbling down the stairs, like it's bad. It's really bad because you. When I was a child, we loved Diddy. We called him Puff Daddy when I was a child. But he was a good person. But now everything is coming out the seams, and it's like, I hope it's not. Hey, Chicago, how you doing?
Chicago Rilla, welcome to the stage, my G. Hope all is well with
You
you.
ready for
What?
Friday? You
That's
ready?
Chicago Rilla on camera? Hold on a
Yay,
minute.
Rilla,
Not on
Rilla
camera.
in the villa, Rilla in the villa, Rilla in the villa.
Oh,
You
Rilla is
ready
that
for
boat city.
Friday?
What's cracking, Harlem? What up, Trinidad? What up, Seth? Who else up here?
So that's all
Yeah.
I had to
I'm
say.
here.
Like
What
it
up? What
hurt
up? What
my
up? What up?
heart. It hurts my heart.
Good.
So wait,
So what
did
you
you say
got to
what's
say,
up?
Rilla?
Did you say what's up, Harlem?
Yeah, he
Yes.
did.
Oh, okay, because y'all know everything
Oh,
that
he
come up out of
did.
New York is trash. Don't even get me started on Chicago. But
Well,
let me go ahead. Let me go.
See, this is why he don't wanna. He wanted to deflate, but that's okay. Hold on, guys. I got y'all.
Scramble like an egg before you get folded like an omelet, nigga.
Who's in New York? What's up? We ain't gonna talk about New York.
How could his hands do this?
Oh, someone get him out the air.
So now we've had to, go on ahead and put Detroit in the background because we ain't having no disrespect. We ain't having no disrespect. Now let him back real quick because everything that comes from Detroit, you gotta rinse it twice, okay?
I love Detroit.
Anyway, so Chicago, I don't know if you caught some of the
Detroit that
things.
bad?
I
Is
don't
it
know if
that
you.
bad?
I don't know if you caught some of the things that was said.
Is
Chicago.
Detroit that bad?
No, Detroit is not bad at all. We are innocent angels in Detroit. Nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
And another lie.
Anywho,
Wait,
Chicago
brother,
River.
wait,
seriously.
let's say
On
you
a
ask
serious
her
note,
that
is
though,
it
by
that
what you're saying
bad?
about UK,
I don't
Okay,
think
well, hold
there is
on.
some
Detroit is
truth
that
to you.
bad.
We can't have
One
4 people
mic,
talking at
please.
once. Can't have
Jesus.
4 people talking at
I
once.
know
But let me get this shit.
about BMF. I know about BMF,
That's
but
cool. All right, but
Detroit
let
to
me
me is not bad.
Trinidad, let me get.
Oh, we watching the tape. My bad.
Trinidad, let me get to Chicago. All right, so Chicago, I don't know if you saw the address that a few statements that was said during the address after the Diddy's court hearing, but I'm gonna play this for you, and I want to get your statements on it. All right.
My name is Larry, and I'm a paralegal. The United States Constitution mandates one person subjected to the penalties of a crime without a conviction. Therefore, it's mandatory that Mr. Coons be released pending a conviction. Also, they try to say that he may have tampered with witnesses, etc. There's no evidence that he did this subsequent to being charged.
What?
They try to say that he presents a flight risk and everything like that. There's no evidence that he ever seeks court to obey prosecution.
What?
It's called pre-invention. You can't do that. You can't say punish a person for something they might do. They can only punish the person for something they have done. So, law mandates that he be released pending his trial, and that any deprivation constitutes a fundamental deprivation or violation of due process.
Thank you.
All right. So to break down basic what he said. In other words, they are holding Diddy wrongfully because they have not given him bond. He has not been convicted of anything that he's been alleged of. So go ahead, Chicago. You got it.
Yeah, I just think that was the wrong person to send out to deliver that message. I think he is. And
I agree.
I think
Agree.
everybody that has allegations against them is entitled to due process. Like, everybody's entitled to a bond. The challenge for Puff is man, even without the flight risk, I don't think they're alleging the flight risk. I think they're hammering him on the witness tampering, which, regardless of the nature of the conversation, if he's had conversations with their witnesses, then that's witness tampering. But I ultimately believe that this dude is being they're making an example of him. And rightfully so, right? Like the for me, Chill Will, like, honestly, the fake outrage over like what this man is finally being addressed for is like, that just kind of bothers me, because we know who Diddy was for years.
Mm-hmm.
None of this is new.
Right.
None of this is new.
But I just wanna.
Go ahead.
It's new to
I'm
me.
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you, Chicago
you're
Wheeler.
good.
But I want to talk about due process.
Yeah.
Because due process simply means you have the right to go through the court system before you have your property, your life, or your liberty taken away from you. Due process does not mean that you are entitled to a bond at all. You guys need to check out the 14th Amendment's due process clause. And you guys also need to check out, I believe it is the 12th Amendment, where they have the procedural due process clause that is mentioned in the 14th Amendment. Like, certain things can't be ignored, right? They're fundamental rights that the government can't infringe upon. But again, the bail is not one of them. They just need to make sure your court case proceeds in a timely manner, which means if you got arrested on a Monday, depending on the crime, you should be going in front of a judge within, a certain time frame. You should have access to discovery. And as well as the prosecuting attorney needs to have access to discovery. Nobody can hold information from the other side. They have to let people know who the witnesses are that are coming, so on and so forth. So people put 20 on 10 a lot, and they're like, oh no, you have to have a bond.
Wait, slow down, Miss Rose, slow down. You said the defendant has to know that the witnesses
there you go.
are coming?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay. I just
So
want
then,
to make sure. Okay.
if we're looking at this, right, then we would focus in on the liberty aspect of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if we're examining that, then that's the part I think that, people like, because I agree with you in a sense, like, he's not guaranteed a bond. I just think it's right and proper that people are able to fight their case.
Well, can I ask a question to
Hey,
the men
Carla.
on the
Well,
panel?
hold on, Trinidad. Hold on. Let him finish.
Sorry.
first.
Yeah, sorry. I just
Go ahead,
want to
Chicago.
ask.
No. I just think
done.
it's fair that people are able to fight their case, without restriction, right? So, but I think in this instance, they have probable cause to hold him over. Like, if it's witness tampering, then that's probable cause to hold him over. I don't think I don't think they're getting them with the flight risk. But go ahead, Bizzle.
This is the thing. So, due process simply means a bail bond hearing. A bail bond hearing is due process.
Yeah.
That affords the judge the opportunity to say yay or nay to the bond.
Ooh.
And I'm sorry, people
Oh.
don't want to really fully understand this. The amount of money that
'Cause they
Sean Combs
scared.
has, yes, the amount of money that Sean Combs has, it's literally nothing for him to, you know, charter a private jet and go to a company where extradition is not allowed. And because so many people don't know the countries in which extradition does not
Oh, I see
apply
what
for
you're saying.
certain,
Yeah.
yeah, for certain
Yeah.
crimes.
My turn. Oh,
Wait a minute,
you
Trinidad.
fin-
Like,
oh.
can people finish first before you start
I'm
talking?
sorry.
It's like the 5th time you've
My
done
bad.
this.
My bad.
No,
So
Bizzle, I
Bad
agree
habit.
with you.
That's bad habit.
I think that was the whole thing. Like, so first of all, didn't I said this on somebody else? Like, didn't Trump have to put up? And this was was that a state case with Letitia James? But anyway, didn't he have to put up like 175 for a bond? And then you're going up against the government, right? Like the federal government don't really care about how much money you're putting up.
Oh,
I think the other thing to consider is that when you think about Puff's assets, like, you know, I think this is the part of the process where they drain him, right? Because I don't think he is as well, especially after this situation with Diageo and him relinquishing his portion of Revolt
you
TV.
do dirt, you get dirt.
Right.
That's
So
what happened to him.
I don't think he. I don't know. I don't think he has the bread that we assume that he has, right? But I do agree that he could get that charter flight and skip town. I don't know.
and this is the thing. So like
Can
with
I
Trump,
ask you
right?
a question? Can
Mhm.
I ask a question?
Hold on,
Miss
Trinidad, can we
Bobby, real
please?
quick. Oh,
Go ahead, Trinidad.
real quick. To the men on the panel.
Better scramble like an egg
How
before you
do
get
you
folded like
guys
an omelet,
feel-
nigga.
Ooh, that brother's floating in the air. How could his hand?
Shout out for the $20. Trinidad can be back at 4:06. Okay.
God
Damn.
bless whoever
Okay.
that was.
Well, no,
God bless.
God bless them. No, God bless them. Don't do that.
No, God
But
bless.
okay, here's the thing. So
No
it
dollars
also,
equals minutes around here. So Trinidad, we can see you back at 4:06. Go ahead.
so child. But stop trying to distract me. So it
Just
depends
gotta
on the
shout out
crime
Trump.
too.
Yeah.
It depends on the crime too. With financial crimes, right?
Mhm.
There are high limitations to
Mhm.
which countries will not allow extradition. There's like only a handful that you can go to. When it comes to crimes of this nature, which, you know, Mr. Combs is being accused of, the amount of countries you can go to and avoid extradition is insane. It's insane. Look at this. Share my tab, babe. Is it up?
Yep, I got you. It's up.
He could go to Nicaragua, Indonesia, Russia, Cambodia, Brunei, Algeria, Central African Republic, China, Cuba, Ecuador, Taiwan, Morocco, UAE, Bhutan, Bolivia, Guinea, Gulf States, Iceland, Vietnam, Nepal, Moldova, Somalia, Burkina Faso, North Korea. So there's too many places that he could go.
You saying for Puff?
Yeah, for Puff. He could
Oh,
be
man.
in the win.
Nah, he cooked, Bizzle.
Really
He
quick.
cooked.
So Apex just gave an update. He said they just announced his trial date is May 5th. Now, before we go further, I want to read this right quick. It says the due process clause is a part of both the 5th and the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution. It prevents the federal and states governments from taking away a person's life, liberty, or property without due process of law. The 14th Amendment's due process clause guarantees procedural due process, which means that the government must follow certain procedures before taking away a person's protected rights. These include notice and hearing before taking away entitlements like publicly funded medical insurance, protecting individuals' rights listed in the Bill of Rights, such as freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and the right to bear arms. Now, like we just heard the announcement, which I'm going to play for Chicago. I don't know if you heard it or not, but there has been a gag order that has been applied for. And also, lastly, protecting fundamental rights that aren't specifically listed in the Constitution, such as the right to marry, the right to use contraception, and the right to deletion. The Fifth Amendment's due process clause also prevents the government from taking a person's life away, liberty, or property without the due process of law. So when it comes down to that extradition, which, baby, I thank you for bringing that up. When it comes down to that extradition, he can avoid all this. We got to remember, just with the amount of money that he has, and also that he has private jets, he could just skirt whenever he wants to. Now, with him having this court day of May 5th, right? With him having this court on May 5th, is it fair for him to remain locked up without
Yep.
a bond?
Yep. Let's be real. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
F it. Let's have the conversation. How many people that are not in the public eye, that do not have as much money as Diddy, sit in jail awaiting their trial? They sit in jail much longer than that. May 5th, shit. That's 7 months. I know people that sat in jail for deletion trials, and they had to wait more than a year to get their trial date.
Yeah.
So unless we want to put deleters back on the street,
Yep, that's
what's
true.
everybody complaining about? I need
think
people to really understand. Hold
Good.
on, then I'm be quiet. I need people to understand every single case that goes in front of a judge becomes now case law. This is testing the spirit by the spirit. So they have to be very careful in how they navigate this case, because any missteps in this case can be used to let other SA offenders off with extreme leniency. Right? We ain't treat Diddy like he's special. Fuck Diddy.
Apex says, and he's supposed to stay in there until then, so I'm assuming he will get off. You cannot give rich people with resources that much time to repair. Carla Martin, which shout out to Carla Martin for stopping on by. She says, well, his lawyers actually appealed the bail decision to a higher court, so he still has another route to release. Sugar Bum is in the building. What's going on, Sugar Bum? She said, we're not finna treat Diddy like he's special. Vonta Black says, bless young. Hey, appreciate you for stopping on by, Vonta. All right, so Chicago, I believe you was about to say something.
Yeah, I was about to say, man, let me go look. Who comment that was, fam?
Which one was it?
First of all, the one about this one. Yeah, that was it. So his lawyers appealed the bail decision to a higher court, so he still has another route to release. Yo, the amount of bail hearings, bond hearings that he's been able to have in a relatively short time is just insane. So that speaks to the point of him having resources, and speaks to him having his due process. To not to disregard Sugar Bum's point, it's almost like he is kind of being treated special, because this is like, what is his third hearing, third or fourth hearing in a relatively short time, man. It's like Bizzle was saying, it's people that sit in there months, years, before they even get the whiff of a judge outside of the initial arraignment. You know what I mean? Like this. Yeah, go ahead.
This is the difference between having a paid attorney and a public pretender.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That is an absolute fact. This is part of what you pay that money for, right?
Yeah.
But the assumption that he's gonna get off, again, I think going to war, and not saying that it hasn't happened. We've seen it with Irv Gotti and them, right? They went to head up with the feds, and they won. This was just I think it's gonna be a little bit tough for him, fam. I think it's gonna be a little bit tough for him.
This is the thing with the federal government, and Carla, I get that they're appealing this. But if you guys know the case of Stephen Avery, they did not have enough evidence to truly substantiate the charges that he was placed with. If you haven't watched Netflix, How to Create a Murderer or something like that, they go into full detail on that. And he's still in there, and they've appealed that to the highest courts. Just because you pay $15,000 for an appeal, it doesn't mean that you're going to get what you want. Now, when you have a paid attorney, I'm going to tell you, because honestly, I've had situations in life where attorneys are necessary. The paid attorney is going to make sure you get the best possible outcome, right? So some of Sean Combs' charges may be reduced, but he's going against the federal government. The federal government has like 99.4% success rate on their cases. So they have sat there and built up a pretty firm case against him.
Well, Bizzle, they said that the investigation goes from 2008 to present day.
Shit. Yeah,
Well, let me.
That's how far the investigation spans.
really quick, because I want to say something about that. To all those coming from Riaz, I meant to put Riaz. Much appreciated. Thanks to be sure to subscribe to Say Like Podcast. And about that, so Sin made a very good point earlier in the stream. I don't want to go back and find it. That's gonna take too long. But she said that this is not just about his alleged sex crimes. My thing is this: they needed something to get into the door. If you know how the legal system works, they may want to get you on one thing, but they actually going to use another thing just to get into the door. And with discovery being on the table now, they may start from 2000. What was it? 2006, 2009. They may start from 2006, 2009, but they may come across something that's going to go back, which may link to other cases. You see what I'm saying? So this opens up a whole different plethora of things. I can't remember exactly which trial it was. What was that trial? I think it was no, it wasn't the Menendez brothers.
Mm-hmm.
I remember what trial it is in a second, but they found something in that case which tied to another case, and they used that evidence from that case against that person. So again, it's all about the discovery. Apex says, quick question. I never heard of racketeering conspiracy. Is racketeering a layman term and racketeering conspiracy is a full legal term? For those, well, I'll look it up, but if y'all got something on it, y'all can go ahead.
No, I don't have anything on that one. Bizzle,
racketeering is defined by a coordinated effort by multiple people to repeatedly earn a profit. So that's pretty much what that is. Now, he said also racketeering conspiracy. Let me look that up. SPI, there it is. Racketeering conspiracy. Racketeering conspiracy, also known as RICO. Okay, so RICO, and we all know what RICO is. It's a federal crime that involves an agreement between two or more people to participate in a criminal organization's illegal activities. So this comes with the sex trafficking and the freak offs and everything else that happened with that. So that's why I said discovery being on the table is the most important. Now, as far as his
well, just with that discovery being on the table, like when you said that, it made me think about this, right? A lot of us are assuming that the end result was supposed to be a freak off for Diddy. Do not be surprised if in discovery it turns out that the freak offs he was the host for other higher ups, right? So I would not be surprised if that becomes the case.
Yeah,
or if that's revealed.
Apex says, okay, he got a RICO charge. Damn, he could. Well, look at Young Thug. Young Thug's been going. He's been on trial for how long now?
Yeah, but his is at the state level.
Yeah, his is at the state level.
Yeah, I think that's gonna end in a mistrial, man. They botching that so bad, G.
Yeah, with it's too many people tied into it. It's too many people involved in. I'm not saying this as a negative against Young Thug, but they gave Woody immunity. And when they gave Woody immunity, that was like, yeah, y'all know y'all messed up because now he can say anything and everything that he wants to.
Yeah.
Carla Martin says racketeering, also the RICO Act is in the United States federal law that provides for extended criminal penalties and civil cause of action for acts performed as part of an organization. Yeah. So the thing is, even with Diddy, with everything that we was reading from the indictment, I'm gonna get back to that second, but I want to play this for Chicago right quick just so he can see. This is when his family walked out, and there were some things said when his family walked out.
He's at the front, right there.
I believe right there in the front that would be his mother. I don't know none of his sons' names, but it looked like I don't know if that's
Christian. That may be Delilah, like the twins right there. You can't see the twins. That's Justin in the back. Yeah, that's his firstborn. And then I don't know if I'll be sure. Oh, Quincy is in there.
That's not funny. What that mean?
Somebody got some background going on. You make sure you check that. Sin says the court-appointed attorney will tell
sorry,
you.
That was my mistake. Sorry, that was my mistake.
You're good. So the Sin says the court-appointed attorney will tell you what you want to hear all the way up to the court date, and then he'll switch it up on you right before you go in front of the judge. Trust and believe me when I say this. For anybody who ever has to go through the court system, do not, if you can afford it, get you an attorney, get you someone that you don't have to depend on the state, because if they work with the state, they work for the state. Remember that.
That's a fact.
Since Seven also says, I had one really good court appointed lawyer. It was a lady from New York. Oh my God. Listen, don't even get me started about New York again. Anyway.
Go ahead, because I got Detroit waiting on the side to go
Oh
in and
man,
let
no,
him
I
have.
love Detroit. I love Detroit.
Thank you. Now,
I
who do
mean,
you love
Detroit
better,
is all
Detroit or
right.
New York?
New York.
I'm
Wait,
at
what happened?
Chicago.
I haven't been to New York yet. I haven't been to New
Oh,
York yet.
okay, cool.
Oh,
I
Well,
don't
love
worry
Detroit.
about it. I'm gonna just drop him and let you know. I mean,
oh my
Detroit is all right, but when you come to New York, then you're already gonna know you're gonna have the best food you ever had in your life. You're gonna have the time of your life. All right? Fuck Detroit. No, I'm just playing.
No,
All right.
Detroit
So,
is like man, people sleeping on Detroit, man. It's
yes. Tell them. Yes.
I
Tell them.
told you I lived there 2 years, man. Like the culture, the people.
Not you gonna gas his head up.
Nah, it is though, man. Like even the last time we went for a wedding last year and went to DIA, caught James Barner exhibit there. What y'all got down there? The Detroit Historical Museum. Like there's a whole exhibit on the 4th floor, I think, the 3rd or the 4th floor, that's dedicated to the migration from south all the way through the north, which Detroit, Detroit, that was a stopping point before some people went over into Canada. So it's a lot of history there, man.
Yeah, most definitely.
Shout out to Detroit.
More history than New York. Apex says this is why.
No mute.
Apex says this is why I feel Diddy will get off. It won't be because of Diddy himself, but the people he has information on that don't want things to come out. Those unknown people will witness tamper. Good point. Because a lot of people have stepped out.
I disagree. But Sel, I disagree. Listen. The people that we think he has this information on or whatever, if he's not already working with them, these are the same people that's putting him through the ringer.
Yeah.
Right. This is the
public castration, man. They not worried about that. They got the complexion for the protection.
Not only that, but Diddy got beside himself.
Oh man.
You've made a whole bunch of money off of Ciroc. You let people use your image, then you wanted to sue those people. You've been playing too much. You've been putting a lot of heat on the industry. And, those of you that believe in secret societies always access trust, right? In those cultures, they have a public humiliation and castration rituals. The start of it was him having to give all that money to Cassie. If you've been watching the bleed, they've been slow bleeding them.
That's a fact. Yo, Bizzle, if y'all find that video where he
Also,
was
pretty much,
really reckless about Diageo,
I was gonna say. So I was gonna say his father is he burnt a lot of bridges as well when he was at the top as well. Like when he kept doing that though, and the way he treated everyone else, them people as well that you were saying, right? They notice that and they see that, and when they're just like very much through them, they see that if he can do it to them, he can do it to us. So that's why, when you say it like that, I agree.
No, Young Riyadh, I think they don't. So look at how 50 moves. 50 moves kind of similar, right? Like his petty is on 1,000, but notice who 50 goes at. And I think they cool with that. You understand what I'm saying? It's not so much as that Diddy was treating these people wrong, and if he could do that to them, then he could do it to us. No, when he got out there and started barking about Diageo not supporting De Leon, and if you look at Diageo's portfolio, they already have tequila brands under there. Your deal for Ciroc was a high profile marketing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like you thought you made the public think you were part owner of the brand. Ciroc has been around. I just learned from listening to Nori talk about it. Ciroc been around for decades. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
They brought him on.
Of course.
And they're
I
out of
understand.
France. So they brought him on, but here's the deal. Now you get up here and blow up the spot. I gotta find this video, man. He blew up the spot talking about a black man this and a black man that, and they won't put the marketing behind De Leon, but they got marketing for this. We wouldn't even know. Like most people don't even know George Clooney is the owner or behind Casamigos. Right?
Hey,
He's
really quick,
quiet.
let me show some love to the donations. Shout out to, and I think she okay with me saying this, but shout out to Carla Martin with the 50 ball. Holla at you, Carla Martin. Appreciate you, much appreciation for the show support. Thank you. Let me give you the whole thing. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and bless this stream right quick. Where it is, there it is, right there.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy
Oh,
Spirit,
no. Oh, no.
activate. Holy Holy Spirit, activate, activate, activate. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate, 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 activate.
Hold up.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate, activate.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate, 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 activate. All right, let's go.
Oh my god, that look that
Okay.
girl
Okay.
twisting her
Yeah,
head.
that makes sense though. I agree with what you were saying about 50 though, but I'm saying whether people like 50 or not, he's really smart in how he moves and stuff like that. I can admit that 50 is very smart.
1,000%. Now I don't know if this was the video you was referring to, but I did get this. So let's pull this up and let's see what Diddy has to say.
I was called to have a meeting with Diageo. They knew that I was killing things in the culture and they were trying to fix their diversity problem. And a meeting was set up and I told them I want to be an owner and a part of your organization. They're the biggest distributor of spirits in the world. So we get a test project. They said we could start something from scratch, but I'm looking at their portfolio. And I remember one night I was having a great time with Ciroc. And so the light bulb went off in my head. I said, I don't want to wait and develop nothing. Let me show you what I could do with Ciroc. Let me show you how I could turn your revenue